In the small town of Willow Creek, life was simple, and at the heart of it was Mr. Henry Caldwell. Known to everyone as Grandpa Henry, in his late 70s with a gentle smile and a slight stoop, he was the picture of a sweet old man. He'd tend his garden, feed the birds, and greet every child with a piece of candy. To the world, he was just that, a kind, quiet neighbor. But beneath that calm exterior was a past no one could have imagined. It all started one afternoon when some teenagers, looking for a bit of fun, started tossing eggs at his garden gnomes. Henry shuffled out, cane in hand, his face calm but his eyes sharp. "What are you kids doing?" he asked gently. One of them mumbled an excuse, but they all froze when Henry set his cane aside. He looked at them with an intensity they'd never seen before, a depth that spoke of a life lived far beyond Willow Creek. "You might think life is just fun and games," he said softly, "but some games have consequences far bigger than you can imagine." The boys scattered, spooked by the sudden gravity in his voice. The story of Henry's intense stare made its way through town, but no one knew the reason behind it. Weeks later, during a local Veterans Day ceremony, a story was told of a war hero. A man who single-handedly led a rescue mission during a critical battle, saving dozens of lives before vanishing from the spotlight for decades. As the details unfolded, whispers filled the hall. Could it be Henry Caldwell? A young reporter, intrigued by the possibility, approached Henry after the ceremony. "Mr. Caldwell," she asked, "were you involved in this mission?" A shadow of memory crossed his face as he smiled. "I suppose I was," he replied quietly. The revelation sent shockwaves through the town. The man they saw feeding birds had once faced the fiercest battles. He'd led men through enemy lines, made life-and-death decisions in seconds, and carried the weight of it all in silence. Suddenly, everyone saw Henry differently. Neighbors who once gave a quick wave now looked at him with awe. The kids who saw him as just an old man now gathered on his porch, hungry for stories. A local school invited him to speak. He stood before the students not as a hero seeking praise, but as a man who simply did what was right. "It's not about being a hero," he told them. "It's about doing the right thing, even when it's hard, even when no one is watching." The town decided to honor him properly. In the town square, with flags waving, the mayor read his list of incredible achievements. For the first time in decades, this quiet man received the recognition he deserved. But what touched people most was his humility. He never spoke of his past unless asked, and even then, he shared lessons, not accolades. Years passed, and Henry's story became a local legend. Children grew up hearing about the grandpa who was a war hero, learning that greatness isn't always loud. Sometimes it's a quiet man tending his garden, who has seen the worst of humanity and still chooses kindness every single day. True heroism, as Henry showed them all, isn't about medals or fame. It's about living a life of integrity, courage, and compassion, quietly carrying the weight of history while still having a smile for the world. Thanks for watching. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. See you next time.